All right, y'all, welcome back. I told y'all yesterday I wanted to act up yesterday. I didn't act up yesterday. Big shout out to all my dog lovers out there. Big salute to everybody that's supporting PBK9's Dog TV, Dog News. You know, big salute to all the dog lovers from one side of the world to the other side, from America to Europe to Asia to Africa, all across the world. Big salute to all the dog lovers. Got y'all some breaking CNN satellites from outer space news for the day. I had it for you yesterday, but I'm gonna give it to you today. I wanted to give my brothers the interview last night. Big thanks and big shout out to all my brothers and sisters that check the interview out. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. We talking about the yellow dogs and much more. You may enjoy the conversation. But big salute to all them brothers. We're gonna get into this dog talk today, man. We gonna hit it on the head. We're gonna hit it on the head. Big salute to them brothers that's talking about Merino pack. Big salute to the brothers that's talking about Merino pack out there, because something y'all gotta understand when it come to Merino pack. The Merino pack, I treat my dogs like family. It don't bother me when you say Merino pack, but you gotta understand that it fuels the fire. It just makes me remember how much harder I gotta go to achieve my goals. You know what I'm saying? And understand that I done made promises that I'm not gonna back down on for my goals. I'm gonna achieve this when I say I'm gonna do this, no matter which way I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, everybody different. Everybody different. I can't say I'm smoking a Michael Myers pack and think it's gonna affect that brother because he didn't care about the dog. You see how he had the dog and what situations he had the dog in. So me saying Michael Myers pack don't affect him. It just is what it is. You got different folks who handle themselves different ways and conduct themselves with their dogs different ways. That's why brothers can still possess their dogs, have their dogs, love their dogs because of certain situations. Now, what we gonna do, and like I always gotta say, big salute to the real dog people out there, the real dog men and women that may have made a mistake throughout their lives and they can't have dogs. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking about certain clowns that put themselves in situations so I can give y'all this news today. And like I said before, we got a dog fighting bus in South Carolina. I'm giving y'all. Y'all gonna have to check that out. And like I always say, this news I give you, I don't just get it from out the blue. I don't just wake up with it. Them CNN satellites from outer space don't just wake up with the news. They don't just cut on with the news. When the news come to them, they ship it to me. And that's just how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's gonna be. But what we gonna do, man? We gonna do what we gonna do here. Cause y'all, like I told y'all before, y'all go get Thompson. Y'all go get Thompson, and y'all go get James L. McGivens Jr. from Tacoma, Washington, that shoot dogs with pellet guns and out cigarette butts on them. Y'all go get them, and come back so we can do this dog talk. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, I'm going to address this situation where a brother asked on Facebook. He said, salute the brother Tom D. Salute the brother Tom D. He said, what's the difference in buying a dog with and without papers? Okay, brother Tom D. Great question. What's the difference between buying a dog with papers and buying a dog without papers? What's the difference in buying a car with a title and buying a car without a title? What's the difference in buying a Rolex with a certificate or a Rolex without a certificate? What's the difference in buying an AP or any kind of anything expensive that come with documents that come with it than buying it without the documents? It's the same thing, man. What's the difference between you being born without a birth certificate and you being born with the birth certificate? You still a human. It don't make you no less or better of a person. You can be the best person in the world. You the best person in the world. Anybody want to hang around you. Everybody want to meet you, be with you. The vibe that you give people just makes puts everybody in a positive mood. It just makes them happy. And you don't got a birth certificate. So, that's the difference, man. It's all about a document to prove that you are what you say you are. That's what papers are, and that's all papers are. This document is to prove I am what they say I am. So if you're not worried about having to prove that, and you have to really think about your future when it comes to the dogs that you're dealing with. If you're not worried about having to prove what these dogs are coming off of, then you don't have to worry about papers. Papers is not an option to you, you know. And that's when it comes to papers don't matter, because papers is not going to make your dog in their yard a better dog. It's not going to make them a better protection dog, a better a dog if you was out there doing the illegal stuff. Papers is not going to do nothing for the dog outside of give me information that I need to show me that this dog is coming down off of what you say it is. Now you ask yourself, what's the difference between buying a dog with papers and without papers? Now, if you can answer that your own question with this right here. If you call me and say, yo, you want to buy a puppy, okay? And I tell you, no, $2,500, $3,000, and you tell me, next thing that's gonna come out your mouth is, what registry is he with? Do he got papers? If I just advertise a dog online right now for sale for $300, I got a pit bull for sale for $300. I got a pit bull for sale for $300. Now, it's gonna make a big difference how many brothers jump on this dog, whether he got papers or whether he don't. If he don't got papers, and I'm just telling you, this is a pit bull, I don't really know what it is. It's a great dog. He acts great. You gonna like him when you get him. If I tell you that, but I don't got no papers on him, even though I'm charging you $300, a lot of brothers not gonna deal with it because they don't know what it's coming off of. Now, if I tell you I'm selling it for $300 and they got papers on it, the only thing you can wonder then is why I'm selling them so cheap. Maybe he lost. Maybe he did this. Maybe he did that. But then that's just a chance you can take on that dog, because that dog coming off of what he says coming off of. That's the difference. The papers itself has nothing to do with the dog quality, outside of knowing that you're getting your dog off of quality dogs. If quality dogs in your pedigree. A lot of pedigrees don't have quality dogs in it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dogs don't. And a lot of dogs rode for many years, brothers thinking they great dogs because their pedigree is lit up in colors on online pedigrees, because it's blue, green, purple, yellow, orange, every color in the spectrum. Brothers think these dogs are so gifted in the dog game, and they got you fooled. That's why I tell brothers that online peg go by as far as you can see it, right there on your computer screen or your cell phone screen. Them colors, none of that stuff mean nothing to the actual dog that you're getting your dogs off of. Nothing but stuff people made up in these computers to look, make the website look nice, make the website interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. So at the end of the day, man, you got to just ask yourself, are you trying to make money off these dogs? You trying to sell $100 pit bulls? Or you trying to sell, certain price dogs or whatever? You got to ask yourself all that when it comes to papers. You're not going to be able to sell dogs certain prices if it don't have papers on it. Now, it don't have to be ADBA. It don't have to be Bonafide or Tom Garner, but it has to have something on it. No matter who you dealing with. You can be dealing with any person that loves pit bulls, but they hate dog fighting and all that type of stuff. They hate the past dog fighters. They do know, but they love pit bulls. Now, if they get this dog, they got to ask themselves, are they trying to make money off of it? Now, a person who don't care nothing about them bloodlines at all, when you charge them $3,000 for a dog, you're going to have papers on it. It don't matter what kind of papers it is. They're going to say, do we got papers? They don't know nothing about the bloodlines. They don't know which line is this, which line is that. But when you charge them $2,000, $3,000, the first thing they're going to ask, does that dog have papers? Does the dog have papers? So that's what papers mean. Papers don't mean my dog is better than yours because I have my dogs in the yard on papers. It don't mean none of my dogs is better than any one of your dogs without papers at all. Has nothing to do with that. It just means when I go to sell mine, I can have proof that they're coming off of this, so I can sell them for whatever I want to sell them for. I can sell this car for whatever price I want to sell it for because I got a clean title. If I don't have a title at all, I got to try to get what I can get for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing when it comes to these dogs with papers. That title don't make your car run faster. It don't make your car look more prettier. It don't make your car drive more comfortable, but it makes your car sellable. That's all when it comes to papers, man. And a secure, a brother, if a brother gonna have 30 dogs on his yard, 20 dogs on his yard, one dog on his yard, even if you got one dog, some brothers like to know what them dogs coming off of. And that's the great thing about this breed, American Pit Bull Terrier. That's the great thing about it. We know about these dogs from year after year after year after year. We know them by the first name basis, dogs 20 and 30 and 40 years ago. Different bloodlines. And there's no other breed like that. Every breed has different lines, but no other breed has lines that everybody who's in that community know the lines. They don't know all the Rottweiler lines, the Rottweiler people. They love Rottweilers, but they only know German and American. When it comes to these pit bull brothers and sisters, they are sophisticated. They know line for line for line, for blood, for trait for trait. On so many different dogs, they can look at a dog and say, yo, this look like that. This look like that. That's how much knowledge and how different the brothers in the pit bull game is compared to a lot of other breeds. The pit bull brothers and sisters who come up, who just starting in this thing, you see already that it's a wealth of knowledge, a whole treasure trove of knowledge and information that you need to take in that you don't even understand about these dogs to figure out, to get your program together. When you come to other lines, they got their issues and, same things that go on, but people aren't interested in all that stuff, and a lot of people might say, oh, that's the fight. Nah, this ain't about fighting. It's about brothers knowing what they got and having a breed of dogs that's been specifically tracked down, pinpointed year after year, all the way back to the 1900s to where these dogs were imported in America. So that's the thing about papers, my brother. Like I said, it's not going to give you a better bulldog. It's not going to make you walk down the street high with your head high with pride because you got this dog, and your dog got papers. All papers is certification, just in case you want to sell, certification for yourself to let you know what your dog's coming down off of. That's about it, my brother. That's about it. Now, brothers asking me about, about did I check out Thompson video? Now, I'm going to say this, and I mean, I don't know how else to say it. We're not worried about what Thompson say. We got them Timberland boots that Thompson wear. We got them, like I told y'all, we got them throwed across the power line, them Timberland boots hanging across the power line, and we don't want to hear nothing until he holler at Course Kennels and pay Course Kennels for Black Silly. You can't just steal brothers' dogs and think you're going to ride out in history and them dogs, oh, Thompson Silly. You're going to go out in history riding on the broom. This stops here, big dog. Our conversation is minimum to none until you holler at Course Kennels about correcting Black Silly. See, you can try to bully Course, but like I said before, you can't bully me. You talk that talk, but I don't stop it. I don't stop it. Everybody know them dogs, got that track meat in them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know them dogs got the track meat in them. All the brothers over here, they know Thompson ain't gonna do nothing. His dogs ain't gonna do nothing but get up there and talk and get up there and woof. Same thing. He just like his dogs, like I told y'all brothers. Talk a lot and bark a lot. Talk a lot and bark a lot. But let's just break these videos down. Because we going to get into this dog fighting bus and we going to get into some deep stuff here, my brothers. But first, I'm going to give you this Thompson talk. Y'all got Thompson up in here? Sure enough, Thompson up in here. We need to figure out what it is. We need to figure out what it is. Now, the first video I'm going to play y'all brothers, I want you to hear him talking about peak conditioning, And I told y'all brothers, these brothers get on these panels with Brother Garcia. You got 5 bully breeders, 1 fake stepper, one fake stepper and a bunch of bully breeders and 1 dog man. And we're going to listen to what Thompson talking about, getting a dog in peak, putting a dog in peak in a keep, And to my brothers and sisters that may be hearing this for the first time, straight nonsense. I'm going to give it to you like I got to give it to you. Straight nonsense. First thing you pay attention to, my brother, he tells you it depends on what line of dog you got or how much you can exercise him. Listen to what he say. You take a man's own words and you break them down to the point where he's never got his feet dirty before. Only thing he's been doing is taking brothers for their dogs, and claiming he has the best boys dogs in the world when he don't know nothing about the dog that he got. And you give that man his money, that man gonna give you the original papers on the dog. But like I said, y'all listen to this, listen to what he's talking about. So if I got an Eli dog, I work him this way. If I got a Jeep dog, I work him this way. So if I got a Red Boy Jocko dog, I work him this way. Basically what you're saying, if I got to work a dog a certain way with a line, no, man, it don't make you less of a man because you wasn't bulldogging back in the days. That's what a lot of y'all brothers don't understand. You want to stand on a lie that you don't got to stand on. It don't make your dogs less of dogs because you wasn't bulldogging back in the days. They don't make your dogs or your dog program less of a dog program because you start bulldogging 3 years ago. Everybody starts from somewhere. Every single person who you heard with a bulldog started from ground zero. This is my first dog. There's no shunning or making you feel bad because you just starting. But see, when you get brothers who are on this level, and then you're running your mouth, you're capping, you're talking this and you're talking that, and you downing brothers who been doing these things, that's when the topic and the situation gonna come up. If you ain't been bulldogging, sit your ass down. That's when we start saying, if you ain't got them credentials, shut up. That's when we start saying, if you ain't been bulldogging, if you ain't got your feet dirty, what is you talking about? If you never put a dog in the keep, that's when all that stuff matter. When you're talking trash to people, when you're trying to down people, you better have your bulldog game correct. That's all I'm trying to tell you. All I'm trying to tell you. Now let's listen to this video. Thompson explaining the keep method.
All of this is based on, to me personally, when I look at it, is getting the animal to a peak physically and mentally. And the duration of time depends on the group of family tree of dogs you're using and what type of work those dogs take to. But you can get a dog to a level of physical fitness and mental sharpness that's like a razor blade, but it's very similar to like when we go to the gym. You don't go to the gym for a while and you go in there and you start lifting weights. When you come home those first couple of days, you're sore. Then after that point, you go in there, and that weight seems extremely light. So that's the same thing as this keep. But there's a peak that you reach. That one day or those 2 to 3 days that you were in the gym, you did an extremely high amount of reps, but the recovery was very minimum on your body. It felt like nothing. That's when normally you up the weight so you could get more of a burn. And it's the same thing with those dogs. If you can hone in time wise where they hit that peak and you can see it, it's a look in their face, a tone to their body where they're just operating at an efficiency level that's hitting its peak. And if you can time your dog to that point for any type of
Now, the difference between PBK9's Dog TV and a lot of them YouTube channels is this. 7-8 Sports, we don't shoot shots out. We call make direct shots out. Use a bully breeder, big dog. 7-8 Sports, use a bully breeder. You one of them brothers, and matter of fact, you can't run a dog channel by yourself, 7-8 Sports. 7-8, I make a bet with you. Get on your show and talk about dogs by yourself for a whole night without having 5 guests up there. Don't use Garcia and Boone and rest of them boys for their stories, 7-8 Sports. Them boys in the boxing league called you out. You ain't fighting nothing over there. You talking that tough talk in that boxing. Them boys bumping into you in the elevators and you curring out. You're holding your head down. You're soft as hell, 7-8 Sports, and you want to throw shots out. When we hear brothers who trying to be funny, who trying to throw shots out but scared to say your name, we just get up here and speak that real. You's a bully breeder, dog. Ain't nothing wrong with being a bully breeder. Salute to all my bully breeders out there. But when we call these brothers bully breeders, it's because they try to talk their trash, they try to cap, they try to put themselves in situations when at the end of the day, they don't know nothing about the breed. You know what I'm saying? They was running bully dogs when they thought that was making money. And then they run to the pit bulls, run to the pit bulls. 7-8, you one of the brothers I said before, you talking about mouth. You don't know what mouth in a pit bull is, 7-8 Sports. You don't know what mouth is, period. And like I said, I challenge 7-8 Sports to do one dog show by his damn self. Get up there and talk about some dogs by yourself. You can't do it. You can talk about boxing by yourself. You get up at boxing, get up there on them dogs and talk about it by yourself. You can't. You're relying on the next man's story. They want to get up here and mention. That's what I'm telling y'all, brothers and sisters out here now. It's going to be a seesaw at. We're not putting up with none of that type of stuff when you have brothers who haven't got their feet dirty. Fat roly-poly 7-8. Listen, 7-8. Dog, use a fake pimp, a fake whatever you want to call it. And you can't hold your own down when it comes to these dogs. And I said that. Prove me different. You can't hold your own down. Fucking bully breeder. Every dog you see will have mouth. When you're first getting in the dog game, you think everything got mouth, don't you, 7-8? Everything you see, oh, that's mouth. That's mouth. Oh, this and that. You's a Buck City fan because that's your best dog over there coming off that stuff, ain't it? But it is what it is. Like I said before, 7-8 Sports, Buck City, none of y'all, stand up in that corner. 7-8 go run and do memberships, Patreon, and talk all that trash behind the doors. That's the difference between us, dog. When you ain't got no dog credentials, when you ain't got no dog background, that's what I tell brothers. It don't matter where you step at when you step in the dog game. It don't matter how much credentials you got till you start running your damn mouth. That's when it matters. That's when it matters. And like I told y'all heroes ain't my heroes. At the end of the day, same way like when we play our yellow videos and we talk about them brothers from the yellow dogs back in the days, y'all don't care about that because y'all not running that. I don't knock y'all for not caring. It just is what it is. But one thing about it, we gonna give you the dog talk and them dog stories and that real dog to dog, on this side of town. you know. And 7-8 over there talking and he can't put shit together at all. Birds of a feather flock together. And that's why all y'all in that same little boat. You know, all y'all in that same little boat. Hell, my dog channel getting more views than 7-8 Sports channel, you know, on some of his damn videos. I see why you gotta want to throw a shot at me. You know, you need the Pelican Bay to get you a few more views. It must be getting slow for you on the Patreon over there, hiding and sneaking and dissing. Them boys understanding that you ain't got shit to hide about. Like I say, we don't throw shots. We don't shoot shots from a distance and throw slick talk from a distance. If we got a problem, we say it, you know. And we ain't got no problem with y'all brothers, because y'all ain't even bulldoggers. Y'all just getting in the game and can get mad because brothers calling y'all out. You know, getting mad because brothers calling y'all out. 7-8, he get called out in boxing every other day. You know, every other day. He back and forth from the boxing to the bulldog with no win. He can't fight and he ain't bulldogging. You know. Every damn day he talking about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia. I'm starting to believe Devin Haney had 7-8. Devin Haney is 7-8 son. I mean 7-8 is Devin Haney's son. Them boys the biggest jock riders I ever seen. They make every excuses for why a man got his ass whipped. That's why your channel ain't getting the views, and that's why you throwing sneak shots at PBK9s. 7-8 Sports. You know, when I get in that sports, I'm just gonna dust off in your ass in that too. Bunch of clowns, man, running with a pellet gun toter from Tacoma, Washington. You know, we don't tote pellet guns, big dog. You know, you rolling with a pellet gun toter. Lying to folk and lying to these brothers and sisters out here talking about he pointed that pellet gun at that man who flew that drone over his house, knowing he's a lie. And 7-8 Sports, the type of channel that sit up here and promote this type of stuff. You know, big up these type of brothers. Now, you might know about a Camelot and that Gotti blood 7-8, you know, but you don't know nothing about these hard-mouth dogs on this side of town. Go call up Boone 7-8 and call up Garcia and get enough information to do one show by your damn self. You know, get enough info to do one show by yourself. Hey, this how it's gonna go, brothers. This how it's gonna go right here. Ask 7-8 a question. Ask 7-8 a question on that channel and see what it say. What you think about that, Brother Boone? What you think about that, Brother Garcia? He don't never answer the question himself. You know, never answer the question himself unless you're talking about something about eating. But hey, like I said, birds of a feather flock together. I'm going to say it again. Because you just started your dog program 2 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago, it don't make you less of a dog, man, because you just getting started in the dogs. A man is a man. You know, you taking care of your dogs, you're taking care of your dogs, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, this community is full, and we all know it, this community full of brothers who claiming they top gunners, you know, mavericks. You know, they claiming they did that. And they talk that talk, but when it comes down to walking that walk, they haven't done it. You know, and when you talk, like I said before, when you talk trash to brothers, when you try to act high sedity on brothers, when you try to make the next dog man, or you try to, you know, get in situations that don't be involving you, brothers start pinpointing this stuff, man. Brothers start pinpointing it. You know, at the end of the day, like I always say, and like I'm going to stand on it, you know, we all equal. The day I came in the game and I realized about them dogs, I never thought of myself as under you because you a bigger kennel. You know, that's why I was able to put bow on these dogs and different dogs, because I wasn't running. You know how many brothers wouldn't to step to them dogs off that Big John stuff because they were scared of a reputation? No, I ain't want to put them on them. I gotta wait. I gotta get this dog. I gotta get that kind of dog. You know, I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go try him out. You know how many brothers, old school dog brothers that did that? So that's why I stand on it. You know, you just getting in the game. You can step in on that level. You know, you just gotta be a sponge. Take in the good, throw away the bad. You know what the bad is. Most of y'all grown men. You know, most of y'all grown men. And the brothers who, the young fellas trying to come up, y'all brothers just pay attention. Pay very close attention. And remember, probably over 50%, we ain't gonna go too high. We gonna use a percentage that's real. Over 50% of the dog men that's in the dog game today, my young brothers, and I'm speaking about the young ones, young teenagers, over 50% of these brothers that got pit bulls are just gonna try to get $1 out your pocket. That's what it's all about to at least 50% of these dog folk. Y'all just gotta weed your way in between. You know what I'm saying? Weed your way in between. And that's the only problem. I always say the dog brothers now got it better because y'all got more ways to contact more dog brothers. But at the same time, y'all don't got it better because you got ways to contact more bad dog brothers. Back in my days, we didn't have ways to contact because there was no social media. Cell phones came into play after a certain period of time. So who you knew is who you knew. And you found bad dog people with mediocre dogs and all that type of stuff, but it wasn't like it is now. Now you literally gotta weed your way around certain dog people, certain dog situations and communities and get yourself to the right spot where you need to be at, where brothers is doing the right things with these dogs, And now we're gonna get into another video with this brother Thompson explaining the wrong things when it comes to these dogs. You can't be out here calling people names, acting all tough, acting like you want to fight, screaming about your Timberland boots, but I done told you we got them on the power line. We got, strapped, tied the laces up, threw them across the power line. You know what I'm saying? Beige Timberlands. We got the beige Timberlands from you, Thompson. And like I said, my brother, we really don't got no conversation. You don't have to explain nothing to me. I don't believe shit you say. You don't have to explain anything to me. You need to be hollering at Course Kennels to give them their money for Black Sealy. It's just all it is to it, my brother. So y'all check this video out. We got this brother Thompson explaining driving a dog and why his dogs got so much drive, and he wants you to look at the driving in his dogs, and he's showing you how they react. Y'all check this video out. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into that dog bust, and we're going to get into some more heavier dog talk as well. Because I told y'all I'm going to act up. I told y'all I'm going to act up yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But today I'm acting up. And at the end of the day, man, listen, when I make posts out there and I'm talking to family, friends, whoever, if you don't understand something, ask me. At the end of the day, this is my job. This is my work. If you don't, I get in character mode. When I get in character mode, don't come asking stupid ass questions. Cause I'm gonna give you a stupid ass answer at the end of the day. Don't be putting no crazy stuff on my posts if you don't understand certain things, because I take this serious. Serious as you take your job. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. If you don't know nothing about dogs, same thing I tell the dog brothers. Sit your ass down. Don't get up under my comments, putting something up under my comments, when I take this thing serious. And I'm talking to family, friends, subscribers, everybody. It just is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, let's get into this video.
But let me show you what drive and work ethic does. Hands is free, right? But this dog is activated from the work and the tools to work. So let me show you something. This is one of his main tools he uses. As you can see, that facial expression, that level of focusness you just seen from him just seeing me grab it, that can't be coached. It has to be embedded in the dog to want to work. Now you see he looks a little bit off. He's been activated now, not by verbal, just by visual. As you can hear the rest of my dogs in the background, they are all activated. This is what happens when you work your dogs. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you're a person who's breeding pure cur garbage with no drive or level of any type of level of drive, I officially started speaking Spanish to you 2 minutes ago.
Now, what we got there is a brother explaining to y'all something that don't make sense. You know, he picked the ball up, the dog start barking. You know, any dog gonna bark when you pick an object up they want to play with or they want to grab or whatever. That don't got nothing to do with the drive, you know, and that definitely don't got nothing to do with gameness. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't got nothing to do with gameness. Now, you want to show me how much drive, you know, your dog really got? Take him off that chain. Take him off that chain and go play with him with another object, you know. But at the end of the day, man, brothers is using terms that they, you know, the terms don't mean what you're talking about. Your dog bark over that ball. He bark over that ball, or she bark over that ball, you know, but it has nothing to do with drive. These brothers have all these sales pitches, talk all these different things to sell a puppy, You know, if it wasn't selling a puppy, they wouldn't even be on YouTube, period. Thompson wouldn't be on YouTube. Buck City, a.k.a. Pelican Kennel, wouldn't be on YouTube if it wasn't trying to sell something. You know? I never came in this thing to sell a puppy. When I started my channel, it wasn't sell. I was already selling dogs. You know? When I came into this YouTube thing, you know, folk already know me for being the dog man. You know, you know, it just was what it was. And like I said before, man, a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters, you know, you want to get in conversations, you want to get in situations you're not involved with. Sometimes it's called minding your own damn business. You know what I'm saying? Minding your own business. And then you may get the picture later on down the line why certain things are happening the way it's happening or going down the way it's going down. You know, you won't have to scratch your head and wonder what I'm talking about. You know, sometimes if I'm not talking to you, I'm not even going to talk in the language that you can understand. You feel me? At the end of the day, you know, like I said, this channel is to bring the awareness to the pit bulls. This channel is to bring positivity to the breed, to show what's going on here positive with this breed, to show brothers you better make a change. You know, you better make a change. You know, go from 50 to 3. You know, you got a 50-man gang, now you better go to 3. Doing all your checking with 50 and 60, you better go to 2. You know, but at the end of the day, man, these dogs are made to taken care of. They made to love. If you're going to bring them into your family, you need to be treating them like family. You know what I'm saying? And stop trying to mimic brothers and down brothers and and discredit brothers when you have, no wins in the game at all. No wins in the game at all, man. You know, it's just foolish when you listen to brothers. Like I said, he's speaking about drive, and you ain't showed me no drive in none of them dogs. Brothers ain't getting gassed up on your whole yard barking because you pick up a flirt pole. I go pick up a flirt pole, my whole yard barking. Oh, y'all, that's that. You hear how crazy they acting? Oh, they crazy. Come buy a dog for me. These high-driven dogs. Look how I pick up the flirt pole and they just go mad. They just start running all around. Oh man, these are dogs to have. All I did was pick up a toy. Hey, yo, Thompson, you get that same reaction if I take a dog off the leash and walk him out the yard. The whole yard start barking. So that mean they got high drive? Or that just mean they want to go walking too? And like I told y'all brothers, man, like I told you, it ain't nothing wrong with just starting in the dog game. It ain't nothing wrong with, getting your program together. But it is something wrong with you out here hating, you out here acting like some big, tough, big, prominent kennel, when you was a flea. When you was a flea, man. Like I told y'all brothers before, the stuff you say can't hurt me, Thompson. It can't hurt me. But looking at gas and go with them nice dogs, done took your line over, smack over, got great dogs, and brothers know he to connect, hurts you. Knowing you live right around the corner, Thompson, and I'm talking this talk, I don't stay in California. I stay down the street. Knowing I stay down the street hurts you, because if I stayed in California, you can talk that talk from across the country. You can talk, oh, I don't know about your dogs, all this. Listen up, we right around the corner, your dogs ain't making no noise. Neither are you. And these brothers get mad, Like I said before, keep your little mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and brothers won't have to scream out, you ain't got your feet dirty. Like I always say, that don't mean nothing to brothers just starting out your game. Brothers putting your game together. Even brothers who've been in the game. But most of these brothers ain't out here running their mouth the way a lot of these brothers running their mouth. See, I'm stop talking. Let's get into this video and we gonna break this thing all the way down.
And tonight, animal advocates are a step closer to justice in a disturbing cruelty investigation that has lasted for more than a year now. Pierce County Sheriff's deputies have raided the same Tacoma property 3 times since 2019, seizing more than 100 dogs from abhorrent conditions. The suspect escaped formal charges until today. So thanks for joining us tonight. I'm David Rose.
I'm Eliana Gomez. The big question tonight is, why did it take so long?
Now, let's stop it right there real quick. When you go to school or when you went to school, you know what some of these words mean. You know what sentences mean. That's why you study. That's why you go for English and all that other type of stuff. What took it so long? So if news anchors are saying the city or the people are saying, what took this case so long? Means one thing to me. This is an important case. This is a case that people are aware of. This is not just something that a brother just go make his pleas and nobody, the city wants to know what's going on with this fella. He's known in the city. What's going on with this guy? That's what that means. That's the importance of paying attention to what people say, man. Paying attention to what people say. Why did it take so long for this to happen? That means you was a menace in that area. You was a problem in that area. Them folk been wanting to get rid of you. You know, been wanting to get rid of you. But what we gonna do is pay attention to this whole video. You know, pay attention to this whole video. Cause like I said, that Merino pack gonna get a lot of y'all channels shut down. You know, by me. That Merino pack, that's what it's gonna do for you. But let's check this out. Let's get into some more of this video, you know, and see what kind of dog man we dealing with on some of these YouTube channels today. You know, it's why you gotta pay attention to what you and who you listen to. Pay attention to the stuff that you hear. Because, you know, a lot of folk, you know what I'm saying? A lot of folk say, you know, God-loving folk, you know, they say, at least a lot of folk don't like to watch scary movies. They don't like to bring that spirit. You know, they don't even want to have that spirit around them. You know what I'm saying? They don't even watch that type of stuff. And that's the same thing, man. Let's get back into it.
And tonight, animal advocates are a step closer to justice in a disturbing cruelty investigation that has lasted for more than a year now. Pierce County Sheriff's deputies have raided the same Tacoma property 3 times since 2019, seizing more than 100 dogs from abhorrent conditions. The suspect escaped formal charges until today. So thanks for joining us tonight. I'm David Rose.
I'm Eliana Gomez. The big question tonight is, why did it take so long? Q13's AJ Janvel has that story tonight.
Animal Control removed 23 dogs from Elmer Givens Jr.'s home Wednesday night. One dog so injured, Animal Control had to race it to the vet before they finished the search, officials say.
I was not surprised. I was very angry.
Melanie McGregor is not surprised because this is the 3rd time since December 2019 this has happened. Here's the timeline. In December of 2019, nearly 50 dogs are confiscated from Givens' home. A judge places a restriction on him, preventing him from owning more than 5 dogs. But less than a year later, in October of 2020, there's another seizure. This time, more than 35 dogs are removed from Givens' property.
Watching him on social media bragging about the fact that he's going to get more dogs.
Now, the woman just said, you bragging about social media and bragging about how you're going to always have dogs on social media and you don't comply. So what making you think he's going to comply now? You know, and these are people from the city saying this. This is not a small case, or this wasn't a small case. You know, them folks said you bragging about social media. And like I said a million times already, you know, the only YouTube dog channel that we know for sure, the only YouTube channel that we know for sure, Kraken Kennel, a.k.a. Buck City Kennel, a.k.a. James Elmer Givens, the Pelican guy, the only YouTube channel that we know for sure is under investigation. You know, he can say what he want to say. He can make all the jokes he want to make. You know, investigation. Active investigation. You know, they might watch all our channels to see this, to see that, to see this, to see that. But them folk watching old boy from Tacoma, you know, watching him. Like I said before, you know, the way he moving, they done came to an agreement. You know, they done came to an agreement. And we're going to keep getting into this video, you know, and hear what them folks say and what them folks talking about, why it took so long, you know. And then once you get to a matter of fact, let's just watch the rest of this video, man. Why it took so long.
And tonight, animal advocates are a step closer to justice in a disturbing cruelty investigation that has lasted for more than a year now. Pierce County Sheriff's deputies have raided the same Tacoma property 3 times since 2019, seizing more than 100 dogs from abhorrent conditions. The suspect escaped formal charges until today. So thanks for joining us tonight. I'm David Rose.
I'm Eliana Gomez. The big question tonight is, why did it take so long? Q13's AJ Janvel has that story tonight.
Animal Control removed 23 dogs from Elmer Givens Jr.'s home Wednesday night. One dog so injured, Animal Control had to race it to the vet before they finished the search, officials say.
I was not surprised. I was very angry.
Melanie McGregor is not surprised because this is the third time since December 2019 this has happened. Here's the timeline. In December of 2019, nearly 50 dogs are confiscated from Gibbons' home. A judge places a restriction on him, preventing him from owning more than 5 dogs. But less than a year later, in October of 2020, there's another seizure. This time, more than 35 dogs are removed from Gibbons' property.
Watching him on social media bragging about the fact that he's going to get more dogs.
Now, 4 months later, almost the same situation. Nearly 2 dogs seized from Gibbons' home. McGregor tells me she wants answers.
What is taking so long for Pierce County to do what Pierce County needs to do so that more dogs don't get hurt?
So I took McGregor's and many of your questions down to the courthouse to get answers from Pierce County officials.
I certainly understand the frustration some people may have with regards to the delay.
Patrick Vincent is the prosecutor in the Gibbons case. He tells me several situations played into the more than a year it took to charge Gibbons, including a long investigation involving examinations of each of the dozens of dogs seized.
We wanted to make sure we were doing this right, so we were waiting for all the evidence to come in before we filed any charges.
Then the pandemic hit, which meant there were no jury trials and bookings for people not in custody were limited. COVID-19 put a stop to this case moving forward.
With the pandemic, that imposed significant restrictions on what we could do.
More than a year later, charges are finally filed for the 2019 incident and the 2020 incident. And more charges could be coming for Wednesday's seizure. Gibbons is in custody, and bail is set at $150,000. For folks like McGregor, she says it's worth the wait.
Felt like a victory. I was very emotional, but I'm also scared. I'm scared that he hasn't been compliant up to this point, so how do we know he's going to be compliant going forward?
Officials at the Humane Society for Tacoma-Pierce County tell me they expect those 23 dogs seized to arrive sometime on Friday, but they say it could be weeks before they're ready to be adopted. Reporting here in Tacoma, I'm AJ Janavel for Q13 News.
So what we have here is the coronavirus hit, all the court stopped. After they start going back to court, they brought you 2 charges. Not 2 charges, 2 different cases. They charge you for one case, they charge you for the next case. How many ever dogs you had in this case? How many ever dogs you had in that case? All different animal, it was over 50 animal cruelty charges from the first case. Over 70-some dogs from the first 2 cases. When they finally brought you charges from the first 2 cases, after Corona, they found out you were still doing the same exact thing, and they gave you another charge. So that's 3 separate times this brother was charged with the same exact thing. Now ask yourself, brother, looking at this video, my sister watching this video, ask yourself, if it would have happened to you, where would you be at? If it would have happened to you that same exact way, where would you be at? 2019, 20, you got knocked twice. Luckily for you, Corona hit. After Corona over, and after them folks said they did checks on all the dogs, that's what took time. They had to do all these checks on the dogs. They found out the pellets was in the dogs. They found the cigarette butt burns on the dogs. They had proof of all this stuff. They had proof of the pellet guns with the BBs and the actual gun that they got from the house. So we got 3 separate sets of charges that our brother is dealing with. And you mean to tell me you jump right from the courtroom to the YouTube? You jump right to the courtroom to the YouTube? Yeah. Like I said before, man, these brothers, they can fool some, but they ain't gonna fool everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't fool everybody. Y'all brothers just gotta cut it out, man. You just gotta cut it out and stop all that silliness when it comes to the dog stuff. Everybody know you ain't been bulldogging. We don't care about all that stuff, man. Like I said before, you're not less of a man. what makes you less, you know, when you get up here and you get mad because a brother know you wasn't bulldogging or you wasn't getting your feet dirty. You can't get mad about that stuff. Just take it like it is and ride it out and make your bulldog game prominent out here. You know, do something with your bulldog game. But I ain't talking to James Elmer Givens because he can't have bulldogs. You know, I don't even understand why a brother who can't have dogs is even getting in our hairs. Why is you even a flea on my back? Them folk told you to stay away from that type of stuff. Why is you a flea on my back? You know, you need to be over there talking about Rich Homie Quan and all that type of stuff. You know, and what's going on in something else. You know what I'm saying? And sports and all. Like I said, I got the other channel. I'm switching it up. You know, I'm really what's taking me so long. It's already, you know, I got, a few hundred subscribers, you know, but what's taking me so long to really start putting videos in it, my brothers that's already subscribed to the channel, because I'm not 100% which direction I'm going to go with it yet. You know what I'm saying? So if I start doing a little bit of sports talk or something like that, you know, I may change the name of it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, big shout out and big thanks to all the brothers that's subscribed to it right now. Big Dog TV, you know, Big Dog TV. That's my other channel. You know what I'm saying? So go subscribe to that. I appreciate all the brothers and sisters that's rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? But over here, we just gonna give it to you fair and cut, raw and unbiased. Dog news. You know what I'm saying? And once I get my mind made up to where I would really want to do on that platform, you know, I'll be giving you, you know, that talk on whatever I'm talking about over there. You know? And we gonna keep that talk, whatever we talk about, on Big Dog TV, and then when we come to the PBK9 Dog TV and Dog News, we gonna talk about these dog stuff. You know, so go subscribe to that channel. You know, my ladies, go subscribe to that channel because we gonna be talking about all kind of topics on that channel. I'm not 100% sure every single thing or which way I'm gonna go with it, but I gotta deal with the public on things that's going down today, modern day time, you know, and dilemmas is going down in modern day times. You know, like how my women, like how my ladies be out there abusing that child support thing. You know, and just because the brother break up with you, you know, he got to be on child support. You know, one of these days, my brother's going to have something. All my brothers across the United States going to have something to protect them from the mad woman that want to take child support out on me because we broke up, you know, and I take better care of my kids than she do, you know. But since we broke up, the government don't protect the man, you know, he just follow that lying-ass woman. You know, we'll talk about that on Big Dog TV, you know, and different things we'll talk about on Big Dog TV, you know. Sorry-ass men don't want to take care of the kids. You know, we'll talk about that on Big Dog TV. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we talk about, it might be sports. That's why I said I'm not 100% sure yet, and I haven't dedicated my time to it yet. You know, but y'all keep subscribing because, hey, it's about to be jumping over there. You know, and I'm going to keep downloading videos slowly but surely. You know, and like I said, I'll make my decision up within the next few days exactly what I'm going to do so I can go ahead and jump on that thing and get to working and start from the bottom up like I always did. You know, it just is what it is. P told you, man, hey, start your way from a ground and make your way to a, you know, it just is what it is, man. These brothers out here, you throwing so much salt and you coming from the salt factory. You know, I mean, like, y'all brothers, you can't get mad because when you had your chance to take care of your dogs, you didn't take care of them. You know, I'm about to give my brothers and sisters this dog fight bus because that's what they came here for. Them CNN satellites from outer space gave it to me. South Carolina dog fighting bus, my brothers. You know, something more important that we need to be talking about. You know, and trying to keep my brothers and sisters from making the same moves. And understand this, like I always told y'all before. You know, the main reason they running up in these yards. I just said this on 2 videos ago, and I was just speaking in general. When I said my man got his whole yard took for a 50 flip, I was just speaking in general, not talking about no particular person. I'm just talking about that's how they rolling. And now I'm giving you a news article, you know, of a pair of folk busted in South Carolina, And I seen them busted for drugs before I seen the dog situation. You know, the drug busters on the TV. The drugs led to this. So y'all check this out. PBK9s, you know where you heard it first. Y'all hit that like button up. You know, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. It's totally free. Let's get into it. Oh, before we get into that video, I had to explain something to you real quick. The first 1 minute or 30-some seconds of the video is 2 videos. The first video don't got no sound to it, but they showing you walking all through the yard, the police walking through the yard, getting the dogs and all that. I had to give y'all that video as well, even though it don't got sound on it. So I had to warn y'all that the first 30 seconds not gonna have sound, or first 45 seconds not gonna have sound on it. But then you're gonna get a news clipping of what happened and how it happened. So y'all check this out, PBK9s. Let's get into it.
State agents announced the arrests of 2 people in a dogfighting investigation in Darlington County. I want to warn you, some of these pictures may be hard and sad to look at. Warrants show deputies executed a search warrant at a home on Galloway Town Road in the Hartsville area for drugs. Deputies say while at that home, they saw many pit bulls tethered to chains like you see there with what looked to be dogfighting scars. The State Law Enforcement Division helped in the investigation. The agency says 8 dogs and 5 puppies were taken in for care. 2 of those dogs on the property had to be euthanized. SLED arrested Jasmine Williamson and Wayne McDaniel last Thursday. The 2 face charges of animal fighting and ill treatment of animals. Both have since been released from the hospital. And SLED Chief Mark Keel issued a statement saying, quote, "Dog fighting will not be tolerated in South Carolina. Law-abiding citizens do not find amusement or profit in the ill treatment of animals." SLED requested that the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or ASPCA, help with this investigation and the care for the 13 dogs taken from that property. Those dogs will be relocated to an emergency shelter and will hopefully be placed in a safe and loving home.
Because this brother and sister got jammed up with some drugs, did it mean they was fighting dogs? No. You know, but when you start having scratched up dogs on the yard and them folks start, you know, seeing malnutrition dogs or, you know, whatever they claim is evidence, you know, you have to look at it that way. You know, you have to look at it that way. And like I told my brothers, you know, that's the #1 way dogs are getting seized from brothers in modern day time. You know, back in our days, back when we was bulldogging, the #1 way you would lose your dog would be somebody steal your dog. You know, it wasn't gonna be like this. Now, the #1 way you lose your dog is to get caught up with anything illegal, and drugs especially. If you caught with drugs and you got pit bulls, them jokers are gone. You know, you don't gotta fight them. Them folk gonna call you a dog fighter. They gonna put that on you. You know, So that's why I preach that, man. That's why I always stay on that topic, that subject, because that's the number one ways brothers are losing their hounds out here today. You know, you can learn about them pedigrees, you can learn about this, you can learn about that. But while you're going out there trying to make money to buy your dog, and you're making it from the streets, and you're trying to buy your dog, you better remember that same money you're trying to make to buy it, if you get jammed up and you got a yard full, it's going to take all of them. You know, they're going to take every last one of them, and they don't care how you feel about it. And I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to put them in the dog pound. Give them their shots. Take them to the vet. Give them check them for worms. Give them whatever treatments they got to give them, they're going to give them. And when it's time to go back to court, you're going to be paying for all that stuff. You know, you're going to be paying for it. And if you're talking about 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, a lot of y'all wait a year and a half. You know, a year and a half. And then you go to court. You know how much that fee going to be for them dogs sitting there that long? You know, yeah, you're not guilty for dog fighting, but your dog's gone. That's what I told y'all, brothers. They'll let you go for the dog fighting because you wasn't. But now they want $100,000 to get these dogs back, you know, because of the time that they had them and the stuff that they gave the dog when they had them in their possession. Now, you don't got dog fighting charges, but in order to get these dogs back, you got to pay $100,000. And that's what they're doing to brothers. You know, and when you play blind eye and listen to all this bull jive that brothers be talking about out here, it'll make you think otherwise, you know, and you'll be lost. You know, you'll be blind to what them brothers and sisters really are doing out here. You know, that's why I got to keep brothers on point, man, sisters on point, shims on point. You know, I don't hate on nobody. You know, do what you do. But at the end of the day, just remember, it's consequences when you do certain things. You know, consequences. And it's so easy compared to the Wild Wild West days. Now, it's so much easier to put that tag on you than it was back then. You know how many brothers back in the days, they got caught with drugs and had dogs and they didn't get tangled up because the dogs wasn't, you know, they wasn't putting 1 and 2 together then? Brothers ain't just start getting caught with drugs and they got pit bulls, but they just start getting their pit bulls took for drugs, you know, over a few years, over the past 15, 20 years. Yeah, now they're getting it took for drugs. And we say 20 years like it's a long time, but 20 years went by fast. We keep speaking about Michael Vick. A lot of y'all brothers who speak Michael Vick's name, you wasn't even fucking old enough to come out the house, out the yard then. You know, to even know what was going on with Michael Vick. If you was even born then. You know? But hey, man, I got to just keep giving it to my brothers and sisters out there that come rocking with the Bay on my channel. You know what I'm saying? You ain't come here for that fairy tale talk, and like I told my brothers on them dog message boards. You know, all y'all brothers subscribe to them message boards. Y'all need to be subscribed to my channel. You know, as well. I ain't saying don't subscribe to the message board. You know, if 20,000 of y'all can subscribe to a message board that you have that stuff that you getting ain't real, you know, it ain't real or it's a bunch of bull jive. If 20,000 of y'all can subscribe to that, then I need all 20,000 of y'all to come over here and let's talk some real dog talk, whether you like it or not. You know? But you won't because you're a hater. That's the hater in you. You know, the same hater that got you with that piece of shit ass dog that you're feeding every damn day. You know, that's what you're going to always be. You ain't going to never have better dog because it's too much hate in your heart. The hate in your heart won't allow you to make it to a dog, man, to put them caliber dogs in your hand. And when you're known for shooting dogs with pellet guns and keeping them in feces and urine all day long, you don't got to worry about dog brothers reaching out to you trying to put dogs in your hand. No, they don't want their dogs going, listen here, man, I don't care if Buck City came with $5,000. He not getting one of my damn dogs. You know, I don't want my dog in his hands. I don't want to know, my dog was over here aggravating me. You know, that's the thing about it. Them little puppies, they aggravate me to death, you know, when I'm raising them up. But as they leave off, you know, they leave off, they all leave a little sad spot. I'm like, okay, he gone, you know what I'm saying? I hope he be straight. You know, he aggravate me every night, but now his little butt on the road going to Tennessee, his little butt on the road going to Alabama or somewhere, you know, so it kind of, you know, make me, you know, wonder about the dog, where he going at, what he doing now. He was here with me making noise last night, but what he over there doing now? And I don't want to be thinking what my dog would be doing if he was at Pelican Kennel, a.k.a. James L. McGivens, the dude from Tacoma that shot the dogs with the pellet guns. I can't be worried about what my dog getting treated like when he's in his hands, you know? And I can't be over here lying to myself like, oh, my dog is over there doing good right now, when all I can think about is what the news gave us and how this brother treat them folk, them dogs, you know? No, I'd rather put my dog in a pet bull on her hands. You know, I'd rather have my dog in a pet bull on her hands, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who want a pet bull, I'd rather put my dog in their hands than put it in Buck City Kennel's hands and have my dog screwed up. You know what I'm saying? Have my dog screwed up. We already know he don't care about the dogs in the past. All he want to do is get a good dog where he can sell puppies off of. So why would I want to send my stuff over there? You know? Why would I want to send my stuff over there? You know, let's just be real about it. Your boy Maul Cunt don't breed the way we breed over here. You know? He's a puppy peddler. You know, when you got every bloodline on your yard, you're not breeding for the same thing we breeding for. You know, we breeding for excellence. You breeding to sell puppies. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Yeah, I said it. Like I said, I say it again. You know, you ain't breeding like we breeding over here. We trying to breed families of dogs. A family of dogs. Not 200 families of dogs. And you don't know what none of them doing. Going off the papers. Because you breeding these papers with them papers. Man, listen here. Listen here. I give my dog to the dog pound. Animal shelter before I give them the Buck City Kennel, a.k.a. Pelican Kennel, you know? And that's some real shit. That's how I feel about that dude, you know? That's just how I feel, man. Ain't no toughness in him. He talk that dog fighting shit. He ain't tough himself. Like I told y'all brothers, you need the dog to be successful because you not a tough man. You using the dog for your ego. You know, I've been told y'all brothers that. Now, one brother asked on Facebook, I seen him ask, you know, if a dog from a strain of dogs don't possess the traits that the bloodline is known for possessing, but he's a good dog, do you breed that dog? Do you keep that dog? Do you get rid of him? You know, and that's the thing I'm saying, man. If the dog is a good dog, and that's all that matters. You know, he may be a dog that starts his own, he has his own traits, his own situation going on. If he's coming down off a line of dogs that's great dogs, and he's a great dog, he's just great in his own way, why would that be bad? You know, why would it be bad to be great in your own way as long as you're great? You know, we got a line of dogs who all rear end dogs. But we got a good dog who's a chest dog. You know, no, he's still a good dog. You know, I mean, a lot of the times, that particular question, you know, you don't really know the traits. You just listen to what somebody tell you the traits is. If you know the traits yourself, you know, a lot of the stuff that, you know, these brothers breeding, different dogs possess different things. If I got rear end dogs, you know, that don't mean every one of them gonna come out rear end. You know, you got some that's chest dogs, leg dogs, whatever. You know, they hit in different areas. You know, far as, you know, traits wise, you know, if the line of dogs is a very athletic line of dogs, and the dog that you're working with now is a lazy dog, he don't possess the same athletic traits as the other dog, you know, it can make you wonder a little bit, is this the dog that I need to keep off this strain of dogs? Maybe I need to get one that's acting a little more like the stuff that I know about, you know? But if it's a good dog, it's a good dog. you know. And he gonna possess them traits. He just don't got them where you can see them. He got them genetically inside of him where he'll throw them down. The thing you need to be seeing, you know, does he possess the ability to keep passing the traits on? You know, he don't got the traits or whatever you claim, you know, he's missing that the other line has, but he's still a good dog. So if he's a good dog, as you say, then you should be willing to pass his good traits down to your offspring. Simple as that, man.